My brother and my mom went to this open air market, but I decided to sleep in. Awkward cut to intro. Good morning, SHunShiners and possibly SHunShaders. There's construction going on in the apartment across the way. So when my brother and mom were still here, there's this like loud noise, like a drill, like keeping me up. So I grabbed some earplugs and managed to fall back asleep. It's actually still going on, but I'm not sleeping, so it's not bothering me. Oh, hey, Dad. Awkward guy. Look, we have a family of Fanta bottles. We have the mommy and the daddy, and then a bunch of kids. This one's a nudist. It doesn't have a wrapper on it, so it's a nudist. So that's kind of weird. Why do I have so many unrecycled bottles of Fanta, Dad?
What? I don't know. You guys
Are collecting them or something? That's weird. So we're heading to Capizzaro. It's a Oriental and modern art museum that's on a museum pass. And so unless I can take pictures, you'll see me after the museum. Look, it's a store where you can buy Mac products in Venice. Well, that was a fun museum. Where to next?
We went to a store.
Oh, went to a store in this area that my mom wants to go to. And in Venice, if you find a store you want to go to and you find it, you have to get something, otherwise you're never going to find it again.
Well, I knew this one was near this museum, so I put it on the schedule near the museum.
Okay. Awkward cut. Well, the shop my mom wanted to go to was closed, so we're going to head back to the apartment, for lunch. So we came home for lunch, and after we all digest a bit, we're going to go on a little walk in the area that we're staying in. And then what's happening this evening, Mom?
I don't have anything specific planned, just dinner. But we have to discuss still a walk, and I can't find out where I had the walk set up.
do the gondola or the casino tonight.
Well, I can't go to the casino. So, this walk, it starts over by, like, the St. Zachariah bus stop. But instead, we're going to start it at, like, the middle, around, like, 5, and then loop back around and pick up one later on. So one of the stops, I believe, is the church that's nearby our apartment, where as my brother, so he doesn't have to correct me, would say, the Doges. I believe I got that right. Eric, it's called Doges?
We did that earlier.
So it's just Doges?
Giovanni, one of the largest churches.
So yeah, it's one of the largest churches in Venice, and it's full of the famous Doges, which were like dukes or whatever.
The church's greatest treasure includes ceiling paintings by Giovanni.
Let's have a sandwich and the
in
rest.
the chapel of Saint Dominic, and those by Paolo Veronese in the Rosary Chapel.
I think I might not have had my camera on before we were talking about the statue of Bartholomew.
And so yeah, we're gonna head inside, and this walk should be quite interesting, and I believe they're doing construction in the church. That would explain the scaffolding. But yeah, also fun fact, most cemeteries that were near churches like this were kind of filled in. So if I find the sign that names this plaza, it might say something along the lines of like De Muerto or of death, so it would be like a cemetery technically buried beneath the floor that I'm walking on. Kind of morbid. I'm not sure I can film inside the church, but I'll find out. Awkward cut. Okay, I'm allowed to film. Technically, it says no flash, and last I checked, there is no flash for filming. So yeah, here. There's awesome stuff, and really nice looking church. Paintings and statues and columns and bricks, and I have no clue what I'm saying. And so yeah, this is the inside of the church. Ooh. Nice paintings. Another statue of a dead person over there. And then there's a dead person buried right there. And right there. And so yeah, this is cool. My shoes making a lot of noise. Some more paintings and such. I probably should remain silent for the rest of my clips here, because I am horrible at explaining what they are. Glass window is very intricate and complicated, and obviously being restored a bit towards the bottom. That's pretty cool.
Those are statues, but there's dead people in the boxes or under the ground right under the boxes.
So this is the Venetian hospital, apparently. It's a very nice medieval building facade. Then once you go through the front door, it's all nice and modern. So it's kind of interesting, and it's directly next to the church. Oh, and just for the record, since I didn't mention it, that's the Church of Giovanni El Palo.
El Palo.
El Palo. Sorry. I'm butchering pronunciations of everything here in Italy.
Alright, what's next, Sam?
Wow, even your last trip in Venice is in a boat. This is the hearse boat, pretty much, where it takes you from, well, I guess the hospital if you die here, to the cemetery island, which is out there. And here's a more clear view of the cemetery island, which apparently at one point there was 2 islands. And the 2 islands, they need more space, so they filled in between. So yeah, that's where you get buried if you die in Venice. So we're in another church that is farther away. Well, I say still relatively close to our apartment. And this church, it wasn't like really like a fee, it's just like offer €1. And just like the last church, I'm assuming no flash, which again, technically no flash on the camera, so that films. So yeah, here it is. All all its splendor. And I'm taking a break because my feet are tired, but there's the main altar of this church. And here's another photo that we came to this little room and paid 20 cents to view. So yeah, it's a very nice painting. So we are now at the gates of Arsenale. We can't go in because it's not in use, but it's also a naval institution, but we still just can't go into it. There's a naval museum nearby that closed a couple hours ago, so maybe we'll come back some other time this week. Also, when it was operational, they could build and outfit a single galley ship in one day, and those things are huge. So that's pretty impressive. So here is the Naval Museum, which is unfortunately closed at this time. We have the common theme of the St. Mark's winged lion and a couple anchors. So we're in this park that was created by Napoleon. He plowed down a bunch of houses to make it. And we just had like a little snack in order to use the bathrooms at a cafe and to rest. And now we're going to continue our walk on the other side of the park because the park is not actually on the walk. So here's this interesting statue. If you notice, there is a pigeon on his head. And then there's a bunch of mossy things, a lion. On the back side there's a soldier, but technically the walk doesn't go through the park yet, actually. It does go through it eventually, but we have another stop before the park, so we kind of jumped ahead, but we're gonna come back. Hey, so there's the original Church of Venice before St. Mark's Cathedral was built, and yes, that thing over there is meant to be slightly crooked. It's the settling issue. Maybe that's why it's crooked. One of the two. Anyways, so yeah, we're not gonna walk all the way over there because it's closed, so we're just gonna walk back to the park. There's something quite interesting that I've noticed here in Venice. Not every single dog that we pass is on a leash, but the ones that aren't on a leash are like attentively following their owner or leaving their owner and then stopping, waiting for the owner to catch up and then continuing. Like, if we had our dog here, he would be off somewhere in Venice just sniffing the nearest smell and possibly jumping into a canal. Max is definitely not trained to live in Venice. That's quite interesting. To make sure that tree doesn't fall on this bench we're sitting on, they hoisted it up with a piece of wood. So a dead tree is holding a live tree up. Interesting. So though most of the places we're going to be going to now are closed, it's more for the experience of Venice. Looking at a map and questioning where the hell we are. Pretty much sums up the Venice experience. We're still going to go to all the stops, just I'm not going to film them because we're going to be outside them and not actually going inside. And then we'll get back to the apartment and have a late dinner. And hopefully find some gelato on our way. If not, we have tiramisu back at the apartment. Okay, so it's the next day. I kind of fell asleep before I could say this. I'll try not to have this happen all too often. Good night, whoever's watching this. See you tomorrow. I won't see you, but you will see me. Awkward cut to outro.
There's a vlog on the web featuring Ben Stock that he shoots every day as he walks and talks. If you're Bigfoot in the woods or producers in LA, you should stop all your shit and watch SHunShineShate. 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 Has nothing to do with Florida, but it's great. If you can't wait, don't get irate. Just stay in your sheet, cause it's SHunShineShate.
I won't see you.